You know, we live in an age of science. We live in a time where modernism, to a large degree, has attempted to silence any voice of spirituality in the realm of psychology. And that's why I think that our history as a movement is so important. You know, when we consider the history of biblical counseling, our history far predates the old philosophers of the West. It predates Sigmund Freud. Our history actually begins in the Garden of Eden, when God spoke to Adam and Eve and began to counsel them on the ways of living a good and right life and the ways of living that lead to death. And then from there, you see God speaking to His people through the Old Testament, speaking to His people through the New Testament. Our church fathers, such as Aquinas and Augustine, believed that counseling was a very important part of the Christian life. In our history, some of the most profound counselors were people like the Puritans and Jonathan Edwards and John Owen, who wrote books on human motivation and human nature that were derived from theology and not some humanistic theory. And so when we recognize the rich heritage that we have as a church, we are encouraged and inspired to take up the mantle of those who have gone before us and to not relinquish the issue of counseling to the secular community or to the licensed community, but to realize that we as believers, all Christians, have been commissioned by Christ Himself to counsel and disciple others.